Waking up one morning to headlines that shake the very foundation of the global auto industry, the United States launches the world's first self-powered electric cars before China. For decades, the race for dominance in electric vehicles has been defined by one looming giant, China. Known for mass production, battery control, and relentless innovation, China seemed untouchable in the EV space. But now, everything has changed. A shockwave is rolling across the industry, and it starts right here in America. Think about it for a second. An electric car that doesn't need charging stations.
Nos plug-in overnight. Nos waiting longs queues à supercharger.
No range anxiety. A car that powers itself while you drive, while you sleep, while it's parked outside your home. For years, people laughed at the very idea. They said it was impossible, a fantasy, something reserved for science fiction or YouTube conspiracy videos. But now, that fantasy has rolled onto American streets in the form of a self-powered EV, and the whole world is watching. This isn't just a car.
It's a révolution en four wheels.
It's an announcement to the world that the United States has fired the first shot in a brand new tech war. For years, the narrative was simple. China was leading, Tesla was fighting to keep up, and everyone else was scrambling behind. But suddenly, the story has flipped. America has leapfrogged ahead with a technology no one thought was possible this soon, and it has left China scrambling to catch up. You see, the arrival of self-powered cars doesn't just disrupt the EV industry. It rewrites the rules of global energy, oil, batteries, and even geopolitics. Think about the oil giants. For over a century, their grip on global power came from fueling cars, planes, and trucks. But what happens when a car no longer needs fuel?
Not gasoline.
Not even grid electricity. What happens when you can drive forever without filling up, plugging in, or paying a single cent for energy? That isn't just disruptive, that's extinction level for some of the biggest corporations on Earth. And here's the kicker, nobody expected the United States to move faster than China on this. China has been building an empire on EV dominance. They control the lithium, the rare earth metals, the manufacturing chains. They produce more electric cars than anyone else on the planet. If you had asked experts just 1 year ago who would be the first to unleash a truly self-powered EV, the answer would have been obvious: China. But no, this time, America shocked the world.
Let's take a step back for a moment.
Why is this such a shock? Because the EV revolution has always been chained to the same bottleneck: batteries. Batteries are expensive, heavy, and limited. You can make them bigger, but then the car gets heavier. You can make them charge faster, but then you risk overheating. For years, companies like Tesla, BYD, and NIO fought to squeeze out every extra mile, every extra minute of charging speed. But no one truly broke free of the chain, until now. Self-powered cars are the key that smashes that chain into pieces. Imagine driving across the US from New York to Los Angeles. In a normal EV, you'd stop dozens of times to charge, wasting hours. But with this new technology, you don't stop at all. Your car generates its own energy endlessly. Cross-country road trips suddenly become effortless. Delivery companies cut costs dramatically. Ride-sharing fleets never waste downtime at charging hubs. Even governments start to rethink infrastructure because those billions set aside for charging stations may no longer be necessary. This isn't just an American innovation, it's an American comeback story. For years, the US watched as China gained the upper hand in green tech. Solar panels? China leads. EV batteries? China leads. Rare earth metals? China dominates. But suddenly, with one breakthrough, the United States has reminded the world that when it comes to game-changing innovation, it still knows how to lead. And that reminder is echoing far beyond the auto industry. People are asking, who built this? How does it work? Is it even real? And those questions are fair, because the idea of a self-powered car sounds almost too good to be true. Some whisper the name of inventors like Maxwell Chikumbutso, who once claimed to build a self-charging vehicle years ago. Back then, mainstream experts dismissed it as hype, as unproven. But now, the concept is standing in front of us, not as a rumor but as a working product. This car doesn't just roll, it roars. And as it roars, it carries a message. The EV future won't be decided by who builds the biggest battery. It will be decided by who dares to abandon the battery race altogether. And right now, America has dared. Of course, This throws the entire industry into chaos. China is now facing something it never expected: being behind. For years, their strategy was simple: control the resources, control the market. If you needed lithium, you came to them. If you wanted cheap EV production, you turned to them. But what if the world no longer needs lithium-based batteries at all? What if the very foundation of China's EV empire starts to crumble because of a breakthrough that happened thousands of miles away? That's not just competition.
Était-ce un nightmare scénario for Beijing?
And let's not forget Tesla. Elon Musk has built his empire around making EVs mainstream, but he's also been one of the loudest voices about the limitations of batteries. He knows better than anyone that batteries are holding the industry back. So now the question is, will Tesla embrace this shift? Will Musk adopt self-powered tech, or will a new American startup steal the crown? That's the drama unfolding right now. And this drama isn't staying in boardrooms, it's hitting people everywhere. Investors are scrambling, governments are whispering, oil executives are panicking, and consumers? Consumers are dreaming. Dreaming of a world where the gas station is a relic of history. Dreaming of never paying a utility bill to charge their car again.
Dreaming of freedom on the road like never before.
But here's the twist: this isn't just about cars. A self-powered car is proof of a larger revolution. If we can make a vehicle generate its own energy endlessly, what about homes?
What about airplane?
What about entire cities that no longer rely on fossil fuels or massive energy grids? This isn't just the birth of a new car.
This is the birth of a new civilization powered by freedom, independence, and limitless motion.
The shockwave is real, and it's spreading fast. From Detroit to Beijing, from Wall Street to Silicon Valley, from oil-rich nations to small towns across America, everyone is asking the same question: how long before this changes everything?
And the answer?
Sooner than anyone thinks. So how does this miracle actually work? How can a car power itself without ever being plugged in? That's the billion-dollar question that has tech experts, engineers, and skeptics all buzzing. For years, the holy grail of clean transportation has been endless energy on demand. Scientists have experimented with solar panels on car roofs, kinetic recovery systems, hydrogen fuel cells, even micro-wind turbines. But every solution came with a flaw: too little power, too much cost, too much weight, or too much complexity. And yet, somehow, this American breakthrough has cracked the code. The company behind it hasn't revealed every secret, but insiders whisper about advanced electromagnetic systems, ultra-efficient conversion tech, and energy recapture methods that make the car almost like a perpetual motion machine. Except this time, it's real enough to drive. Of course, skeptics are quick to pounce. Perpetual motion is impossible, they say. The laws of physics don't allow free energy, they shout. But here's the thing: disruptive tech has always been dismissed before it's accepted. When Nikola Tesla first dreamed of wireless electricity, people laughed. When the Wright brothers said they could fly, they were ridiculed. When Elon Musk promised rockets that land themselves, experts called him crazy.
And yet, here we are.
Sometimes, impossible is just the word used by people who don't see the future yet. And right now, the future is rolling on American roads. Videos are surfacing of test drives, of cars driving for days without charging. Engineers are being invited to witness the demonstrations. Governments are sending delegations to investigate. The buzz is undeniable. Something big has happened, and it didn't happen in China. It happened in the US. Now imagine you're sitting in Beijing, watching this unfold. For years, you've been leading the EV revolution. You've built companies like BYD, NIO, and XPeng into global players. You've secured lithium mines in Africa, invested billions in battery factories, and locked in your dominance. And suddenly, boom! The one weakness in your empire, the reliance on batteries, has been exposed. America didn't just launch a new car, it launched a direct threat to your entire strategy. China's response so far has been silence. And that silence is deafening. Behind closed doors, you can bet meetings are raging. Officials are demanding answers. Engineers are being ordered to replicate or steal the tech. Investors are panicking. Because if this tech is real, and if it scales, China's dream of global EV dominance could collapse before their eyes. The timing couldn't be worse for them. Their economy is already slowing. Their property market is shaky. Now the one bright spot, the EV industry, could slip away. Meanwhile, in the US, the reaction is electric, pun intended. Politicians are calling it a national triumph. Analysts are calling it the Sputnik moment of the EV age.
Do you remember Sputnik?
Back in 1957, the Soviet Union shocked America by launching the first satellite into space. It terrified the US into action, sparking the space race that eventually put Neil Armstrong on the moon. Today, this self-powered EV is being hailed as America's Sputnik moment. But this time, America is the one shocking the world.
And then there's Tesla.
Oh yes, we can't ignore Elon Musk in this story. For over a decade, Tesla has carried the EV banner. Musk turned electric cars from a niche curiosity into a mainstream movement. But Tesla's entire business still depends on batteries, the gigafactories, the supercharger networks, the range wars. If self-powered EVs are real, then Tesla faces a choice: adapt or risk becoming obsolete. Some insiders say Musk has already taken notice. He's known for pivoting fast. Remember when he said reusable rockets were impossible? He made them happen. Remember when he mocked hydrogen fuel cells as fool cells? Now he's quietly exploring them for trucks. If anyone can seize this new wave, it might be him. But here's the twist. What if Tesla isn't leading this time? What if a new American startup, or even a secret government-backed project, beats him to it? That's the suspense electrifying Wall Street right now. Investors are scrambling. Oil stocks are trembling. Energy companies are in shock. Because think about it, a self-powered car doesn't just kill the gas pump. It kills the charging station. It kills the utility bill for EVs. It even kills the argument that EVs are inconvenient. It levels every barrier in one strike. If this scales, trillions of dollars in industries, from oil to lithium to grid energy, are at risk. That's why this isn't just a car story. It's a financial earthquake. But let's zoom out for a second. What does this mean for ordinary people? For you, for me, for families across the world? It means freedom.
True freedom.
For the first time in history, you don't have to rely on gas stations, power plants, or government grids to keep your car moving. Imagine a single mother who no longer worries about gas prices eating her paycheck. Imagine a delivery driver who doubles his income because his van never stops to charge. Imagine rural families who can drive hundreds of miles without thinking about charging deserts. This isn't just convenience, it's empowerment. And let's dream even bigger. If cars can be self-powered, why not homes? Why not ships? Why not planes? If this tech proves scalable, we could be staring at the dawn of a world where energy scarcity is over.
No more oil wars. No more rolling blackouts.
No more endless debates about drilling or pipelines.
Just freedom. Pure, clean, endless energy freedom.
Of course, revolutions are never smooth. Expect resistance. Expect smear campaigns. Expect experts to call it fake, oil companies to lobby against it, and battery giants to fight tooth and nail to protect their empire. But history shows us something important. Once a better technology arrives, nothing can stop it. The horse couldn't stop the car. The typewriter couldn't stop the computer. The CD couldn't stop streaming. And now, the battery might not stop the self-powered car. And so we stand at the edge of a new chapter. The US has fired the first shot.
China is reeling.
Tesla is calculating. Oil barons are sweating. And ordinary people are watching, dreaming, waiting. The question isn't if this will change the world. The question is how fast.
And then, sir?
Faster than anyone dares to believe.